Hello there. It is round 3 of the FA Cup, and you know we love the FA Cup. We have got QPR. It's a vital home game. A few things to touch on. We're going to first touch on the ungratefulness of my board. And let's have a look at the previous news item that we just had. The Sheffield United directors are a little disappointed with your performance as manager. The club's financial situation could also be better. How dare you, Sheffield United? We are 11th in the league with one of the worst teams we've ever started with. Won 10, lost 10, drawn 7, scored 27, let in 27. We have beaten Norwich. We've beaten a couple of these teams. We did just lose to Wolves, 1-0, but they're a resurgent Wolves with a new manager. And we've also gone some way to sorting the finances. So we are down to 1.2 million in debt from nearly 4 when we started. And we've done that by selling Wayne Quinn. 2.2 million to Sheffield Wednesday. He's been a real good player for us. He's worth 1.8 million now. We have got a 25% release fee on this, but they came in. I was considering trying to get them to 3 million. I got them to 2.2 with that 25% clause because I didn't want to lose the chance of getting the first bit of money in that we've got. We'll be getting Glenn Ferguson here, who scored 10 goals in 17 games for Linfield. He is 29 years old, but if you have a look at some of the stats and some of the stuff that he's got, great teamwork, great technique, good stamina, good strength, good heading, good jumping. Off the ball is 11, so that's not amazing, but pace, passing, shooting, set pieces, determination, bravery. He could be a good striker for us. He is coming in. He's going to be one of our signings. We have got a bid in for Stephen McConaughey, one of the signings who joined us last time around. We've got a few other targets in. We've got a bid in for Neil Harris here. So we're going to see if we can prize him away. And then we've also got a bid in for Sean Wright-Phillips here. So there are a lot of teams after him. He's only 18 years old, but we have offered him quite a lot of money. So we'll see, can we get him in? It's going to be a challenge, but we've got other targets to be working as we go through. But first, it's the FA Cup. Now, you'll notice another new signing, Stephen Carr here. Now, I said before I wasn't going to be signing players that we've had before, but this one kind of made sense because he was on the loan list. And what I basically meant was I wasn't just going to type in Dean Keach straight away and go and re-signing after he'd spent 7 seasons with us. So Carr, he's only played 1 game, but he's come in. He's now in the spot behind my face with Fleming moving to the other side. But we have got a few injuries here. If we go back to the team, look, Couturo's out, Lee Morris is out. We've got a few people on 90s. Aidan Davison will be retaining his place, though. So here we go, people. This is what we are going with. We've got Davidson retaining his place in goal. Fleming, Fairclough, Sanford returns. Carr at right back. Woodhouse in the defensive midfield role. He should be good at this because of his stats, but his adaptability is a free. So we'll have to see how he gets on. Whitehouse left. Devlin right. Ford behind Booth and Marcello with a bench of Kozlov, Quinn, Hunt, Murphy. And we are missing a player because I wasn't sure what to do with keeper. So we're going to put Tracy in because I can't risk putting any of those youth goalkeepers on. They've just got such bad stats. Let's get down to fast. QPR in the sweeper system, short passing. It's caused us a bit of trouble, this 5-3-2. So let's see, can we get into the hat for the 4th round of the FA Cup? That would mean a lot to me if we could get another home game as well. It is a dry 1 degree, so it's pretty chilly here in January. We need to rebound from that Wolves defeat. Especially with the board being unhappy. Maybe it was selling Quinn to our rivals that's upset them. Fleming has been booked. We've got a very weird glitch here. Now, we seem to have weathered that technical problem there, which I'm going to mention just in case any of the editing looks weird. Because I was thinking we might have to have a full restart there, but Marcello has just hit the post. So when we first put him on the transfer list, he was wanted. So that's what part of why I was thinking we've hit the stanchion now. If we get him in, maybe get a goal or two, maybe get some of that interest back in for him, at least by the end of the year. Now there is our nemesis Slade. Scored past us in the league game. And we're coming to half-time. Marcello has smashed one low, but it's been a save. And then Whitehouse has just powered one towards goal. There's only 12 fouls in here. That is a bit upsetting. Now there's only 12 fouls in here. That is a bit upsetting. You know I love my attendances, so it's a bit sad that so many of the Sheffield folk have stayed away. We're about 6,000 or 7,000 lighter than we would be, but we're doing okay here. Bobby Ford is having a stinker, so let's have a look. Right, let's get Hunt on, and let's tell Hunt to push forward when we've got the ball, in to try and get him to arrive in that little gap between the strikers. They've got 3 at the back. We're now committing 3 forward plus the 2 wide players. Marcello again. So Marcello is going to get another 20 minutes tops here. And then we're going to get on Quinn. Oh, and Hunt hit the side net. And Marcello has been raked down there by Nigel Winterburn, winning a free kick. We've taken the free kick, nearly scored. It's gone in the side netting. And Marcello is going to come off. Let us get Quinn on, because Quinn has at least scored this year. And we've got to keep our eye on Slade. Maybe if I signed him, he'd stop scoring against me at this level. So Morrow has come on. They've taken off Murray, our once transfer target, who is off to Derby. And at some stage, we'll have a little look at the Premier League, and we'll have a little look at the other leagues that I've got on, because I've got about 5 or 6 on. Right, we have got 10 left. Let's try and get another sub on. So Woodhouse. Tell you what, let's bring Kozlog on for Woodhouse, just in that role. And we're not going to bring anyone else on. He's not done too badly in there, I would say, Woodhouse. And now we've got 5 minutes to make sure we at least get the replay. That we don't concede. Final whistle, 0-0. We've dominated the shots. We've dominated the shots on target, but we've not been able to grab a goal. Rotherham drawing 0-0 with Liverpool. That's a great result for them, isn't it? Getting back to Anfield. Right. We've got Huddersfield away coming up in 7 days. Where are Huddersfield? So they're not in the top half. So they're down there. So they're in that little pack with us. So we're going to go to that, lest we get any transfer news on the way. Now, the first bit of transfer news is Neil Harris saying he's rejecting us. He's not signed for Millwall just yet, though, so I'm going to come back in for him. I went on Hot Prospect before. I'm going to go on used in squad rotation, and I'm going to leave this as it is. So I'm going to hope that Millwall in 18th in Division 2 aren't able to match that. He has got a very low release clause, so if he does go down and we do get any money, we could sneak back in for him anyway. Right, so another one of our targets gone. Castledine is off to West Ham. How are West Ham doing? They're 15th in the Prem. I said we're going to have a check. No surprises to see Man United top. Arsenal second, Liverpool, Chelsea. Wednesday in 6th. That's a bit of a surprise. And then if we come all the way down, you've got Forest, Middlesbrough, Southampton. Behind my face, Forest have got 8 points. So they are in serious trouble. Middlesbrough and Southampton are on 15 and 16. So they're in that little group with Coventry. But then Blackburn, pretty clear at the minute. So there is basically a 3-team race for those final 2 spots, because Forest only winning 1 game, it does feel like they're already down. We have lost out to our rivals, Dundee United's. Sorry about that. Stephen McConaughey has agreed terms with Barnsley. He rejected offers from Sheff Utd and Sheffield Wednesday. So we've got one over one of our rivals there. Right, Doan, here he is here, 19-year-old. He has re-signed, decided to keep him around. Miles Bloke is now off in the Netherlands. Let us see, has he found anyone who's expiring? He's found these 3 guys. Let's have a look. Firstly, are any of these interested? Right, so he's off. Despite his tackling, his strength is tragic, isn't it? His positioning's good. His marking is 10, so it's okay, but his crossing is decent. And so is his passing. I'm tempted to fire a little bid in for Elroy. Let's see if he's interested. He is interested at least. I'm like, I don't want to go as high as 4,000 for him though. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put him on the watch list for now. We cannot get Gunnar Arnason because he's already signed for Fatese. I hope that's how you pronounce that. Again, it's a team that I've always seen but never actually said out loud. But he is definitely the better of the 2 there, isn't he? Now, some positive transfer news. Lieda's Antonio Roa has agreed terms with Sheffield United. So here he is, one of the Spaniards that we that came up as we've gone on. So we're going to confirm this. So hopefully he will be the Paul Devlin replacement for next year, if we can sell Paul Devlin. So we've lost out on James Collins. He is off to Southampton. He was more of a youth project anyway, so we didn't offer him as much money. And then Mark Jackson is going to Spurs, so we didn't even go in for Mark Jackson in the end, due to the amount of teams that are interested in him, how much money he wanted. Right, so we've lost though. It's coming thick and fast now. I feel like it's transfer deadline day. So Angel, the defensive midfielder, I was really keen on him. We have lost him to Compostela. He did reject us. We'll not be getting Elroy because since then he's agreed terms with Campbell. So they've come back. They must have had an offer in and it wasn't showing because I didn't think anyone was in for him. But wasn't really after the 4,000. Now here we go. Another one. So Neil Harris, here he is here, is coming in. And so he's going to be part of our strike partnership, or part of the rotation for the strike partnership next year. Hopefully we're going to be seeing him doing this Alan Shearer-esque hand in the air celebration. And our reserves have actually won a game. So look, they've beaten Huddersfield. Ian Hamilton. Ian Hamilton's a real player. Look, he's on 2,000. Why are these players on so much money? The keeper's played a 9 there that I've spotted as we're clicking away. That's good for us. Now Sunderland have just snuck in to the promotion spot. Right, so at least we're named here, but we've lost Williams. Williams is off to QPR. And we've got Huddersfield, though, to be concentrating on. So let's have a look. So we've got a good bill of health. Let's get rid of the players that shouldn't be there. Carsley can be coming back in for Woodhouse, so let's make that happen. I want Woodhouse on the bench, though. Are we going to... No, I tell you what, I'm going to leave Dane Whitehouse on the left for the time being. I would like to get Quinn in, though, for Marcello. And I think I'm happy with that, and we are all set up. So I'm going to leave Sanford and Fairclough. So we've come into the game. So Davidson, Fleming, Fairclough, Sanford, Carsley returning, Whitehouse, Devlin, Ford, Booth, and then Quinn, and with Kozlog, Marcello, and Woodhouse. Huddersfield then, 4-4-2, only got on pressing. Paul Gerrard, Steve Jenkins, Jamie Vincent, Steve Shettle, David Hughes, Vinnie Samways, Gary Parkinson, Crystal Ketty, Wayne Allison, Clyde Winhard, Scott Sellers, Lee Richardson, George Donis, and Marcus Stewart. So other than Donis, recognise all. It's a pretty recognisable team, isn't it? So let's see. Can we grab a win and get back moving towards the outer fringes of the playoff spots? It's not really about this year now. It's about surviving and building and getting to the stage where our players are starting to come in and trying to keep the board happy. And they're not going to be happy about that because Parkinson has scored and it's his first ever goal, which I never tire of seeing. It's fantastic. I love that feature. I wonder if they put that in specifically due to they know it was massively triggering. Answers on a postcard to P.O. Box Masio-Ball. Right, come on, Andy Booth. This is a chance. Whitehouse steps up. Whitehouse has scored. We've left him in. He's taken the penalty. It looks like it was won by Andy Booth. The Alfred McAlpine Stadium. This was so nice when it came out, wasn't it? It felt so original and so unique, at least to me. So I've never been here, sadly, despite the close proximity of Huddersfield to where I am now based. A team that we can play as, though, at one stage, should they come up in the draw. Scott Sellers from Sheffield put one over the bar. And we're going to have a look at how the attacking midfielder is playing as we go into half-time here. Booth with a powerful header there, but it's gone over. So we've not checked the stats much. I've been doing too much inane commentary. But let's get to half-time and have a look at this. This is good. It's a long half again, isn't it? We've had a few of these this year. Samways has hacked down Bobby Ford. Right, match stats. We're shading this. We're getting absolutely destroyed on the headers, though. Look. Right. Player ratings. Quinn's on a 5, so he is going to come off. Ford is going to stay on. So this is your chance, Marcello. Impress me. Get me a goal. If only Sellers could have finished. I'm seeing a lot of his name. So I feel like someone we need to keep an eye on. And we've not created any chances here. Second half, at least. Oh, well wide from Ford. That's going to be his final involvement. So let's get Woodhouse on for Ford. Let's see what Woodhouse can do in this. He's not got great creativity. He's not got great passing. But let's see what can Woodhouse do playing in that more advanced role. Oh, Woodhouse with a drive misses the target. That's what you can do. Miss the target. Right, another booking for them. We're being real dominated on the possession, though. I'm like, we're still shading the shots, though. We're just not got the. This is why we needed the strikers that I've gone for, because I feel like we're creating chances. We're just not taking them at a good enough rate. Carsley with his customary yellow card. It's good to have him back. Right. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to bring Woodhouse back, but then tell him to go forward. Just to try and make us a bit more stable for these last 5. There we go. It worked. So, it feels like a missed opportunity, but we're still up there in 11th. So we're on 38 points, and then Bristol City are the closest behind us with 36. Let's just take this down so you can see. So there's a little group of teams queued right behind us. There's a clear gap emerging between us and the much better teams at the top. It's like I spent so long hating Rushden and Diamonds as the Corby Town fan that I've reached the stage now that they're gone, and I know that they're back, but now that they're gone as a league team, I'm like, I do miss them. I do miss them being around a little bit. Who has got these goals? Miguel de Souza. He was a player that if you're in the lower leagues, he was always quite a good signing. Don't know Mark Sale. Right, this is upsetting. Man City's Sean Wright-Phillips has agreed terms with Ipswich. So we were the second choice for that. I was really keen to get him in. Just look at his crossing, shooting, off the ball's 15, but pace. So I felt like he could have been a real good signing for us. So that, like I said, I am disappointed that we've lost out on him. But we do have 2 new strikers. I am after a third. But at the minute, let's get this on attacking as well. There's no one really on here that I feel like is worthy. Look, the second highest rated is Michael Blackwood from Villa. There's no one that I feel like is jumping out as me that we've definitely got to go for. If we take this off interested, as this goes on, that a few of these guys, like, look, Jovan Karofsky, that some of them start to filter through for us, or Francis Jeffers. Let's put a cheeky bid in for him. So what is Jeffers on at the minute? He's on 8 bar. It's not going to be that cheeky, is it? How cheeky? It is cheeky maybe to be like, would you take £4,000 left? Less even. But there's a few guys here that I'm hoping are going to start filtering through our way. Like Nicola Amoruso, you would love it. We're playing stripes, so you don't even have to adjust. Stefan Shapusat, always a massive fan of him. Has he been at Dortmund? He's gone back to Grasshoppers, hasn't he? He's on 9,000. Now, here's a guy, no interest in playing for us, Marino Ramberg. He is on a £50 a week contract. So he's like, I want to move to a bigger club. I am a bigger club. And I'm going to give you more than £50 a week when your contract comes up. But you just need to be there to take it. You need to be able to swallow your pride and think, I'm going to Sheffield. You'd love it in Sheffield. It's got a bonus game here. It's the QPR replay. We will play this on very fast speed, and we'll play Berry on very fast speed, just so we're not over 30 minutes again as an episode. But thank you to everyone who watched the last one. If you're new here, please feel free to get involved in the comments. Let me know about your best ever Championship Manager season. Let's get Murphy back. How are we doing? So Couture is back. That is good, because I need him in. Hunt is Abu is not back. I'm going to get Hunt on though for Ford. Ford, you've had your chance. It's just, how are you worth so much money? Let's get this. Let's trim this down. I really need someone to come in for one other player. How are our finances doing since we started? So we've gone up a little bit. Look. So we've started to creep the wrong way a little bit there. Very fast. QPR still in the sweeper system. Can we put them out? Let's put ourselves in the 4th round. Someone was clattered to the floor there. I was hoping for a penalty, but apparently it was outside the area. And I'm at that stage now, and you'll have had careers like this. I'm not really interested in this season at all now. I just want to get to the end of it as quickly as possible and start to get my new players in and rebuild from pre-season. Other than the goalkeepers, Devlin is having a stinker, isn't he? What, can Marcello have a little go on the right? Of course he can. Other than the goalkeepers, I'm hoping to have very few of these people here next year. So the loanees will all be gone. It's unlikely that we'll get any of them back because they're all far too expensive. Because even if we do get any money, we're not going to be able to have enough to afford any of them. And this has got the makings. Why did I start to talk about extra time? As soon as I started to talk about extra time, Kevin Gallen scored. Kevin Gallen's another player. It does feel like he hates me. He hates me personally. because every game that we play against him in, he seems to do that. And the FA Cup is over. There'll be no FA Cup this year. There'll be no inflatable FA Cup back out behind me. There'll be some of you who are newer to the channel who've never even seen that. The FA Cup has gone so badly. And we are back to the league game. So we're having another episode that's a real struggle. Southampton have a contract to Dane Whitehouse. You could just buy him and have him now. I don't want any money for him. The reserves are doing well, though, on this episode. We'll give them that. Paul Macari. I'm like, maybe we should just give him a chance and fire him in. He's not necessarily worse than Marcello, is he? Right, Burke. I'm going to put him on the loan list. Let's see if we can get him some football. Mark Cam as well. Let's see if we can get you. Oh, he's already got 4 loans. I've had that fought before with him, at least. Now, another signing. Brondby's Aurelius Scarbilius. I don't know why I do it to myself. He is set to sign for us. He is a Lithuanian. He's got 34 caps. He is going to be our left-sided player. He's got good crossing, good determination, decent dribbling, good tackling, good strength, either foot. Defender, defensive midfielder, left. Hopefully he won't be blocked, because I'm going to hope that he is Lithuania's... Oh yeah, here he is. Here, look, plays left midfield for them. So could play a few different... He's got a mate here. Nope. A few different possible... Another friend. No, also no. A few different spots. So we've got another player coming in. I'm even keener now to get to the end of the year. Sunderland. Look at that for a result. Phillips has not even scored for them. So those top 4 now starting to establish themselves away from the others. But we've got a final game. We've got bottom of the league, Barry. If we don't win this, I could be in real trouble. Right, Whitehouse and Hunt need to come out. Fairclough needs to come out. So Fairclough could just swap straight over for Murphy. Whitehouse can swap with... What am I going to do here? Let's get Woodhouse on. It's actually Hunt and Booth are at levels... Hunt can play. Because I've just got no one else that can go in there. Booth can come off. Are we going to go with Quinn? We're going to go with Quinn. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go Marcello and Cachuro. So this was the intended attacking lineup when we started, at least. So let's at least give them a chance. Quinn's on the bench. We're going to go very fast first half, fast second. And see, can we get a win? Can we finally get a win on the episode? We've been knocked out of the FA Cup. Didn't get a win over Huddersfield, but we did grab a point. Let us see. There we go. That was a very fast first half. Let's have a look at some stats. Player ratings. They've got Patrick Kenny in goal. See, they are just trying to get a point here. So what am I going to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going for them. I feel like this is the worst time to have my injured, rotated forward line, because the starting forwards don't score enough for me. Let's get it on short. Yeah, the starting forwards don't get me enough goals, so bringing in their backups. But one of the backups has scored, and it is Marcello. We are going to drop this down now, back to the normal system. Marcello, is he going to stake his claim? I'm still on very fast, I've just seen as well. Is he going to stake his claim to maybe start the next game? What is, there he is, it's his first goal. Was he here last year? He was, and he got 6 goals. I do not remember this guy at all. Oh, Barnes looked like he was clean for on goal there. Not John Barnes neither. It's Paul Barnes, isn't it? So we need to hang on here. We've only got 13,000 here again. So the crowd, they've absolutely died this episode. It's very cold again, but come on, people of Sheffield, you're better than that. And we've got a win. It's not a great win. It's not a great win at all. But Marcello has scored. Feels he should be a first team regular. Well, a few more goals like that, mate, and you will be. We started 11th. We're finishing 11th. We're not totally out of that, but it's very hard to labour to a 1-0 win over Bury, who are well adrift, 10 points behind Portsmouth, and be talking about all the stuff you need to do to make the playoffs. Look, we're just not scoring anything like enough goals. So coming up, we've got Sunderland. That's going to be difficult. I'm going to come back in March, so we're going to skip all of February. We'll be back in March. We'll have a look at Crewe, Crystal Palace and Birmingham. And we're going to try and get through this. Ipswich last day of the season. That's a nice touch. So we're going to see how quickly we can get through, get those new signings in and start to rebuild for Season 2. If things are going astray, we'll start to get a few more games in because we don't want to get sacked off camera. But thank you very much. Have a great weekend and I'll see you on Monday.